always need to be water wise when we are gardening, and no difference when it comes to organic vegetable gardening. So we've got two really handy things we're going to show you today. One is how to put a water meter into your garden. If you have a water meter in your garden and it rains at night and you were unaware and just saw that the ground was wet but didn't know how much water your garden got, with this little handy water meter you'll be able to tell. Also, if you have sprinklers or overhead crop irrigation, you can put this in your garden and it will tell you how much water your garden is getting. So it's a really simple thing and you can make it at home. We've used a 1 liter water bottle and we've put these markings at 20 millimeter intervals. You might think how we got that. It's quite simple. We took 20 mils in a measuring cup, poured it into the bottom, and at the first, as the meniscus settled, the water settled, we made our first mark. We did that 3 times. So we put another 20 mils in. When the meniscus settled, we marked it again, and that showed us 40 mils, and then again for 60 mils. After that, we saw that it was quite consistent. We measured the distances between each mark and got them at 5 millimeters apart. We then made a whole lot of 5 millimeter apart marks up the side and indicated exactly how much that would have meant in rain. So we went from 20 mils to 100 mils to 200 mils all the way up to 440 mils. Once you've done that and you've got your measurements pretty accurate, you then cut off the top of the bottle, which I'm going to do now with a Stanley knife. Obviously you'll need to take off the lid and place it in the bottle like that, so it acts as a receptor for the rain. Now you can't seal this shut because obviously you will want to pour the rain out so you can keep up your measurements accurately. So what we do is we use paper clips just to clip down the sides. There we go. We've pushed the top of the bottle quite firmly into the bottom and we've placed the paper clips. We've used 4, obviously you can use as many as you like, and this is quite secure. What you want to do is you want to make it secure in your garden so that the wind doesn't blow it away. So what we've done here is we filled up a pot of soil and we're just going to bury our water meter just so that it's secure. There you go. And we're going to put that in our garden. You can put it anywhere. If you don't want to put it in and amongst your vegetables, you can put it on the side, you can put it anywhere. Really handy little tool, and always be water wise as much as you can. Water is a very scarce commodity these days. The next thing we're going to show you is what we call a porous capsule. Now that was probably around some 2,000 years ago, and the original vessel that was used was called an oya. You can still buy them and they do still use them in South America and India and very dry places. What we're going to do is we're going to use a terracotta pot. Now you must make sure that there is no glazing on the pot, that it's absolutely plain terracotta so that the water can move through the pot. It's quite simple. You get a 17 centimeter or 20 centimeter terracotta pot. It holds approximately 3.2 liters, which is really enough, and you have to seal the bottom. So how we've done that is we've just taken the lid of a cold drink bottle and we've glued it in with some really strong waterproof epoxy glue. So that's pretty stable. You do need to buy the base of the pot as well because you're going to use the base as a lid, so it fits onto the pot like this. How terracotta pots allow water to seep through them is a very handy way of getting the water to go into the soil around it very slowly. But what happens at the same time is as the plant that's growing next to the pot starts to grow, the roots start moving towards the water source and drawing the water from the pot at the same time. So you're getting water seeping through the pot as well as the capillary action from the roots of the plant drawing the water towards it. So that's a great tool, and we have to fill these up probably about 1.5 week intervals. That's it. So we don't have to worry about water. It's also fabulous to have next to your fruit trees. And you can go bigger than this. We just find that the 17 to 20 centimeter pots really goes a long way. We've got a little example here for you. I wanted you to see the water line and how it's visible from the outside of the pot. So we've dug our hole here and we've got our terracotta pot. We're going to put it in the hole. We've placed it quite closely to our tree over here, and this could comfortably feed 4 tomato plants, for example, because it will probably feed around 30 centimeters from the actual terracotta pot. So I'm going to remove the lid, fill it up. Now, depending on what plant you have here, or depending on the season and how fast the water will actually evaporate, or how much the soil will absorb from the pot, or how much the tree or the plants around it will need water, will obviously determine how often you have to fill it up with water. The beauty about this is that it's on the surface. You just have to remove the lid and you can check it periodically to see if you need to top up with any more water. I'm just going to fill it up. There you go. Now when you place the lid on the top, there's quite a big surface area that is exposed to the sun. So what I like to do is I like to take some soil and cover the lid, so it also prevents evaporation, keeps the pot cool. There you go. And that's our porous capsule. So just another reminder, always try and be water wise in your garden. Find out new techniques, be creative, and use something like this, especially if a water source is not close at hand. This can really save your plants, and if you go on holiday, you won't have to worry about it either.